and I welcome you to my lesson for today, where we will be looking at your mathematics. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please, it's very much important that I say it is very, very much important because honorable members, massively, 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 massively. Hey, massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say a day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. By so saying, please, honorable members, please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, you learn something new. Very, very much important, honorable members, on that one. And the reason to that is because day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. Okay, now I would like to just very quickly, I see Tabiso Kabinde there. It seems like the voice is down. Let me check from some of you guys. Are you guys able to clearly hear me? Can you clearly see there? You might find that it's the network from Kabinde's side. But let me just check with the others so that I will know if the problem is on my side. Yo, Ali. Okay, I think there was a yes to my question of, are you able to clearly see? And again, can you clearly hear me? Tabiso Kabinde, you might need to increase your volume on your side, or otherwise make sure that you've got a good connection. Okay, honorable members or members who are honorable, I had a very interesting lesson with one of the learners that we do one-on-one with. So I am going to take you through this lesson, and in just one lesson, we might be able to conclude. And on our next lesson, we move on to something completely new. But most importantly, I would like to check up on you guys if you'll be able to understand without the Zoom type of interaction. Remember, guys, some of you might be attending my lesson for the very first time today. Please be aware that on weekends, we do Zoom live lessons where you are not able to unmute yourself and directly ask the questions. This is because I want to have a peaceful lesson where I give you guys a bit of an intro, few examples, then I give you some problems to work out, and you tell me what the final answer is from whatever the problem that I would have given you. Only when it comes to the Zoom lessons, which are done during the weekdays, that's when you and I are able to engage with each other and we learn from each other. But for today, just want to have a peaceful lesson where do a bit of an intro, and from there we do some examples. And most importantly, I'm not expecting everyone to understand instantly everything that I'm going to explain. But most importantly, whatever that you can understand, it's fine. Please be aware that this is a recording. Soon as the lesson is done, it's going to be posted immediately, and you can watch it over and over again at your suitable time. So with that being said, honorable members, surds. I'm not sure whether I should say surds, sards, surds or sard. Whatever you call it, honorable members. Very quickly, let us look at that. Obviously, we do know very well that the moment we mention that word, you know that something that has to do with a square root is involved. Very quickly, let me take you through two simple laws. We just have law 1 and law 2. So law 1, honorable members, it is the one for multiplication. What is it? A multiplication. That is law 1, honorable members. So Again, we've got law number 2. Maybe let me add one there just so that it's clear. We also have law number 2. Already we've mentioned multiplication, and you know that if it's not multiplication, then it is a division. So that means it's just two simple laws, honorable members, that of multiplication and that of a division. Look, when you have n and then you have square root, let's say for some reason it's a meaning it could be whatever number that you can think of. Where we multiply, let us say n are there, and then we say square root of, let us say b, honorable members. This law says that can be equated to, can you see there? You've got n. How about we represent one n there, and then the inside they multiply each other, meaning n representing these two, and then inside you have a multiplying with b. That would mean, honorable members, for example, if you have n, let us say you have x multiplying y, that would mean you can separate that as n, you have x multiplying again n, and then you have y. Chegofatso is asking, what does n represent? So every time when you are given, it could be a formula, a rule, or a law. When they use letter, it means it represents any number. For example, it could be 3 square root of 2 multiplying, let us say 3 again there, multiplying 4. So can you see, this is like your n. That also will be n because it's still 3. And then you have your a, which is 2, you have your b. So that means where you have same letters, it means if it was a number, it was going to be the same number. If you have different letters, it means they represent different numbers. I hope I've answered you, Chiro, on your question there. So now let's come to the law of division, meaning things must be dividing each other there. So let us say we have n square root of a, and then again n square root of b. And then this will be equal to n square root a over b. I hope you guys, based on that first law, you are able to understand what I've done there. N representing whatever number, and then now we just represent that as 1n, and we divide what was inside the square roots. Which means, honorable members, if you had, for example, let's say t for Chiro, and then we have square root of, let's say, d for my name, and then let us say m for Mandlonge. This would be equals to t square root of d over again t square root of m. That's all that you need to know, honorable members. Nothing much, nothing less. But let me just check. Were you guys able to clearly hear what I was explaining there? I'm about to now give you guys some examples so that you've got an idea of how we apply these rules, or how we apply these laws, and in which instances. Did you guys get all that I've explained, honorable members, or members who are honorable? By means of comments in the comment section. I'll just be waiting for you guys to just confirm that. Honorable members, did you get all that I've okay, there it's a comment. I was now getting worried that Kendingos, this is mathematics honorable member. So let me see. Now I'm going to remove all of this. Now I am going to do the examples. Maths late is only on Thursdays, honorable member. So now let's see. Okay. Let's say we are going to simplify. Why am I saying simplify? Because I won't give you an equal sign. So that means if we have square root of 2 multiplying square root of 3, if you had to simplify this, honorable members, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is that which law are you going to apply? So that would mean the moment you see this multiplying that, think of the law of multiplication. So remember, guys, if you just have nothing there, just know it is not nothing. So that means if we have square root of y, just know that here it's not nothing, honorable members. It's an invisible 2 square root of y. Just like when you have y, you know there is an invisible 1 there. So that means when it comes to surds, just know that when you have just square root, this thing is the same as 2 square root. Reconnecting. I'm just hoping that I'm not going to have an issue with the network in today's lesson. I noticed there it was saying reconnecting. I hope now all is clear. Okay, so now since we are aware that it is the law of multiplication, that would mean we can just say square root of 2 multiplied by 3. What is that? That is square root of 6, and this is the end of it. So that means if you punch that on your calculator, it has to give you that on your calculator. That's how you would work it out, honorable members. Let me give you guys another example. Let's now do B, where we have square root of 3 multiplying square root of 3. Let me not be tempted to put equal sign there because we are simplifying. So that would mean this one, honorable members, you will therefore say square root 3 times 3 inside, and then that would be square root of 3 times 3 is 9, and we know that square root of 9 it is equals to 3, and that is the end of it. You can now take a screenshot. So that means in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then it's fine. Let's move on to example C. Where you have inside the bracket square root of 4 close, and then we set squared. I would like for you guys to be aware that squared means 2 of the same thing. So you are welcome to say square root of 4 multiplying square root of 4. Where if we apply that law of multiplication, so can you guys see it's like you converted this into that law that you're about to apply, the law of multiplication, where we say you therefore have square root of 4 multiplied by 4, which ends up being square root of 16, because 4 times 4 is at 16. Then square root of 16, we do know very well that that is 4. So that means that becomes your final answer there. Let's move on to D. We will therefore do E, and then I give you guys some questions to try to work them out. Okay, D, let's say for some reason you have square root of 27 divided by square root of 3. What will that be? But firstly, which law are we going to apply? I see Tabiso is making a point there. Maybe let me address this, because if I don't attend to that one, it's going to be a big problem. Tabiso is saying this one, if this question was allocated 4 marks, Tabiso is saying this square, it cancels with that square, and you just write 4, then he is done. So that means out of the 4 marks, he's just going to get 1 mark. So, Tabiso, I won't repeat what I've done, but I hope you understand what I mean there. So be careful of that. So someone said laws of division. Yes. Division law, law number 2, where you say square root of 27 over 3 there. And then what we know is that this divided by that, what is that? Is it not 9? If it's 9, that means square root of 9 is equals to 3. Then you are done. Then you are done. Let's do E. E, let me see. For E, you are having 3, let's say square root of 16. Whole of that, you divide it by 3. Let us say square root of 2. Yes. How would you therefore simplify that one? First thing that you need to ask yourself is that which law? Is it the law of multiplication or is it the law of division? You will realize that, can you see, there is your n. That means your n is 3, and then you are having 16 divided by 2. What is 16 divided by 2? Is that not 8? Yes, that is 8. If you remember, you have your 3 there, square root of 8. But we do know very well that 8 is actually 2 to the exponent of 3. And then what we know is that for us to officially remove that square root, it's like you're having 2 to the exponent 3 being that 8. And then you just say 1 over 3. So that means if you have square root of y, this will always be y and then 1 over whatever that is there. It seems like it's nothing, but this is that invisible 2 that I was thinking. No, that I was talking about. So that means if, for example, you have 4, let's say square root of y, maybe y squared, yes. You can just say inside the brackets whatever that you had inside your square root, and then on the outside you just say 1 over 4, just to keep it simple, so that when you say a reciprocal times that, or 3 times 1 over 3, this will cancel with that. It's like we say on a calculator, punch 3 times it by 1 over 3. You will end up having 1. So it's like you actually have 1 to the power of 1, which ends up being just 2. That is why everyone is commenting 2 in the comment section. So I hope you guys are able to understand all of that. Maybe let me go on with some more examples, just so that I know. I'm just going to randomly choose some problems and you just work them out. Maybe let's say we are having additions and subtractions of surds. So that means now we include additions and subtractions of surds. If you guys remember, from the multiplication law and the division law, you never saw a sign of a plus or a minus there. So now we are including those signs where we either add or subtract those surds. Let's start with example A, where, for example, let's say you are having 5 square root of 3 plus, maybe let's say 2 square root of 3, let's say minus, maybe 3 square root of 3. It is advisable that you look at this carefully and notice that you've got 1, 2, 3 terms, because a term is separated by a sign of a plus or a minus. That means you've got 3 terms. But notice something. Can you see? You have 5 square root of 3, 5 square root of 3, 5 square root of 3. Not 5 but 2 and 3. So it's like you have 5, for example, x plus 2x minus 3x, of which in the end, this thing, it ends up being that plus that being 7 minus that, it ends up being 4x. So that means when it comes to surds, it's like you are therefore having 4 square root of 3, because it is 5 plus 2, which means it's 7 square root of 3 minus 3 square root of 3, which ends up being 4 of square root of 3. I hope you guys are able to understand what's happening there. You see, there is who is it? The lion which is giving birth. The honorable member is asking that question that I said I will never answer in my life. Okay, then it's fine. I'm going to continue, and then now we move on to a problem type B. Problem type B. So let's see, when it comes to B, you are having square root of 7 that we plus, let's say, by 2 square root of 7, and then we minus 6, let's say square root of 7. Okay, let's see. In this case, the first thing that you might need to ask yourself a question is that how many terms are you having there? There is a term, there is a term, there is a term. So you've got 3 terms. Remember, even when dealing with square roots, you have one there. So that would mean, honorable members, that would mean you have 1 square root of 7, you plus it with 2, it makes it a 3 square root of 7, where you minus 6 square root of 7, which means you end up having 3 minus 6, it becomes negative 3 square root of 7, and that becomes the final answer to that. Remember, guys, this is me training you on how to deal with everything that involves a square root. So if in your life you've come across something that has a square root, make sure that you remain. So for those of you who are asking for which grade is this, whatever, this is what I'm going to say to you guys. If in your life you've never seen a square root, don't attend. But if you have ever seen a square root in your life, attend and stop asking the questions. I'm going to ask you questions, honorable members. Remember, I did say today I'm the one who is asking you the questions and you guys give me the answers. So please, honorable members, don't distract yourself, honorable members, please. Pay attention to all that I'm explaining. Make sure you understand, and then I will give you guys some problems to work on. Only if you have seen Ilemanj. Okay, as to begin. Now, when it comes to C, let's say now we are having that 3 there, and then let's say we are having a 5 inside the square root, plus, let us say 5, and then again, let's say that, and then again, let's say 5 inside. Maybe let's say minus 2, then let's say 3 that, and then let's say that. Yes. Raoul says I'm breaking. Let me just for a moment stop and make sure the connection is better. How about now, honorable Wi-Fi and try with the mobile data? Let's see. How about now, honorable members? I did notice that it was saying reconnecting. Tokologo Maroa says I am breaking. Okay. Say you are breaking. That was Dintlesiam. Okay. Let's see. I think now it's better. Mapula Letswalo says perfect. There is Dintle coming again saying it's better. Okay, then it's fine. So again, honorable members, I want you guys to notice something. Sometimes when you look at these things and you make sure that you pay attention, you will tend to realize some important things, honorable members. You see there, you've got a term, you've got a term, you've got a term. So that means you've got 3 terms. And when you look at these terms, you will realize that here you have an invisible 1. And then you've got this 3 square root of 5. And then here you've got 5, then you have that same thing. Here you've got 2 and you have that same thing. So that means in simple terms, honorable members, it's like you're having 1 plus a 5, which is what? Which is 6 of what? Of that. Minus 2 of that same thing. So that would mean, honorable members, you have 6 minus 2, which is 4 of what? 4 of that. Then you are done, honorable member. See, someone has done it and they got it correct. Then it's fine. Now, it is that time where I'm going to give you guys some questions. This is where now I'm asking you the questions. Remember, guys, those of you who might be attending my lesson for the very first time today, please be aware, honorable members, that over the weekends, if you look at your timetable, whichever group that you are, if you go to the profile picture of that WhatsApp group, you will see your timetable. Over the weekends and sometimes during the weekdays, we do the Zoom lessons where this is where we do our online live classwork. So this is not a Zoom lesson where you and I engage, but this is where I give you guys the problems, you work them out, you tell me what the answer is. So that means there's no room for you to say, I want to ask you a question, I do not understand, or something of that nature. That is because a discussion is already done on Zoom lesson where we have engaged, we're asking questions and everything. But now I'm just giving you more like an online test where you need to work something out. And if you do not understand, or there's something that it feels like you missed, what you're going to do is to rewatch this lesson over and over again, and then on our next lesson we're going to clarify that. But trust me, you will figure it out when you catch up. So I'm going to start simple, honorable members. What you need to do now is just to write what I'm going to give you in simple sort form. Maybe let's say number 1. Yes, square root of 18. Very quickly, can you work it out and write it in simple sort form? But wait, I wonder if you guys would be able to work it out. Because this is a reverse of the laws. Maybe let me just give you guys the benefit of the doubt and say, rewrite this in a simplest sort form. It's like simplify this thing in its simplest sort form. Okay, I see Larissa has got an answer. Let's explain. So how you would work this one out, you will obviously say square root of which two numbers can be multiplied together to give 18. We do know very well that 9 and 2, they will give us that. Let me not put an equal sign there because it was not there on the original problem. So that means this thing is the same as square root of 9 times square root of 2. So can you guys see? This one we know it is 3 and then times square root of 2. That is why everyone is saying 3 root of 2. So again, maybe let's look at number 2, which is just square root of 8. What about square root of 8, honorable members? How can you write that? Okay, a very good question from Trench. So Trench, I think the best way to go about it is to say one number must be a perfect square and then the other one, yes, the other one could be just any number. Yeah, something of that nature. Did you get it, Trench? Was it Trench asking the... no long... Okay, yes, it was Trench. Yes, Trench, you just need to make sure that one number is a perfect square. So that, for example, you see this one, you will say square root of, you start with a perfect square being 4 multiplied by 2. And then it's like square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 2. Let me not do this equal sign. I am always tempted to say, the reason why I don't want you to do that is because sometimes your answers are just a messy, honorable members. You just have messy calculations there which are difficult to follow. Okay, then it's fine. It seems like all of you guys are surviving on that one. So now, maybe let's look at this one. Maybe let's look at this one being what is it? Let's say 3 square root of 54. Remember, all of this, you must work it out without using a calculator. So that means for today's lesson, no one must be having a calculator. So let's see, how about this one, honorable members? Very quickly work it out and let's see what you are getting on that one. Yes, let's see exactly what you are getting on that one. So I'll just be waiting for you guys to make some comments so that I'm able to see exactly what you guys are getting there. Okay. Okay. 3. Okay, there's Larissa saying 3 square root of 2. Ali got 3 root 25. Someone is getting that. Okay, then it's fine. So let's see. So that means, honorable members, in this case, what we are going to have, it is obviously that 3. So your starting point is this thing inside. Which other way can we write that 54 there, honorable members? Is it not 27 that you multiply it by 2? I think 27 multiplied by 2 does give you 54. So now it means we are having 3 square root of 27 multiplying 3 square root of 2. You remember, Mos, I did say this one you can rewrite it as 27 1 over 20 that 1 over 2. I'm going to say, we know, Mos, what is 27? Is it 3 to the 3? I think 27 is 3 to the 3, honorable members. I think 27 is 3 to the 3. I think 27 is 3 to the 3. But wait, this one is not half, but 1 over 3. I'm just not sure if you guys noticed that. This thing is not 1 over 2, but 1 over 3. Why 3? Because there it is that 3. So that means it's 1 over 3 there. So that this 3 cancels with that 1. And it's like you have 3 square root of 2. Yes, it's like you have 3 multiplying 3 square root of that. Yes, it ends up as that. Okay, so now let's move on, honorable members. Remember, guys, in today's lesson, I'm hoping that we are going to finalize and conclude this topic. So let's say now we are having, what is it? Square root of 12, where we plus, let's say, 4 square root of 75. Yes, let me give you guys that one to think about it and then try to work it out. Let's see how far you can go with that one, honorable members, or members who are honorable. Let us see how far you can go with that one. There's someone missing. Where is Moano? I don't see Ano's World commenting there. She's probably having could be load shedding. Just this load shedding is a problem, man. Hey, it's a problem. It's a big problem. Inkinga enkulu. I got 2 square root of 2. Okay, there's someone who is giving it a try and they got something. Okay. So let's see. So obviously, we do know very well that what makes 12, it's actually 4 when you multiply it by 3. Plus, you have 4 there. What about 75? Would you agree with me that 25, when you multiply it by 3, it does give you 75? So that means, honorable members, this thing is the same as square root of 4 multiplying square root of 3 plus you have 4 multiplying square root of 25 multiplying square root of 3. Therefore, this one, it gives you 2. So that means you have 2 square root of 3 plus, this is just that 4, where you multiply it with, that gives you 5, where you multiply that by square root of 3. So that one, you cannot further work it out, but it remains as it is. That times that, it will give you, what is it? Is it 20 or 25? I think it's 20 square root of 3. And then that would mean you have 2 plus 20, which is 22 of what? Of square root of 3. So can you guys see how nice that is, honorable members or members who are honorable? So that means you are done with that. I'm going to give you guys something which is going to take you guys some time to work it out. This is number 2. So if you are given that plus, let us say 3 and then square root of 2, let's close, and then say squared. Yes. Let's say for some reason you are given that. So let's see how you would work it out. I will give you a clue and say that squared, it means 2 of the same thing. And then once you've done that, then you get to that stage where you do a da 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 a da 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 da. Then you simplify. So that's how you would approach this type of a problem. So now let's see if you're going to survive. I'll just give you guys some time to try and work it out while I'll be waiting for your response. And I do hope that you will give yourself enough time and apply your mind on this one. You won't just instantly rush to get to the final answer, but with maximum attention. Work it out. Hey guys, nisasekhona lapho. I was busy checking some yeah, no, this one, it won't be an easy one, honorable members. Trust me on this one. It won't be an easy one, but you are definitely going to have to work on this one. So I will not rush you guys, but I will give you guys some time to try, think about it, and try to work it out. And try to work it out, yes. Okay. Let's see. There we've got someone saying 22 plus 12 the root of 2. Okay. Let's see. So that means you are having 2 of the same thing, being 2 that you plus it with 3 the root of that 2 plus 3 the root of that. Then you say that by that, which is 4. That by that, which is 6 square root of 2, because 2 times 3 is 6. And then you do that by that. What is that? This is going to be again 6 square root of 2. And then that again times that, it's going to be what? So it's like you have 3 times 3, which is 9. And then square root of 2 times square root of 2, it ends up being, obviously we know, 2 times 2. Okay, so we still have our 4. That plus that, it makes it what? It makes it 12 square root of 2 plus, let's see, this times that, obviously it is 4, and we do know very well that square root of 4, it is 2. Yes, so that means we have 4 plus 12 square root of 2. That times that, trust me, it's going to give you 18. So that means you have 4 that you plus it with 18, which ends up being 20, 21, 22. So that means you have 22 plus 12 square root. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. This is impressive, honorable members. This is massively impressive, honorable members or members who are honorable. A very good indication that you guys are getting there. Okay, it's fine. So now let's see. Let's see if you can be able to work out this one, even though, yeah, maybe let's see. So can you guys remember we did a lesson where we were dealing decisively with fractions. So there is a fraction. So let's see how you are going to work it out. So it's like we are just applying law 1 and law 2, and at the same time we make use of our understanding of maths in order to simplify. So again, simplify the following and leave your answer in simplest sat form. Remember, guys, if you have never seen a square root in your life, you won't need to write the notes. In case if you want to remain in the lesson, just remain, just so that whenever you start seeing a square root, at least you have an idea of what type of a thing is and how we deal with that. But if you have seen a square root before, try to participate, do what you can, and then leave it there. Trust me, you will thank me later, honorable members. Whatever that I'm taking you through, it's not for the instant benefit, honorable members. At a later stage, something is going to make sense. Just like when they say you don't just instantly become rich. No, what is it? What do they call that? Get rich, quick scheme. Get rich, quick scheme. Quick rich, get scheme. Yeah, something of that nature. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Larissa says number 3, the answer to that is 1. Okay. I know what you're doing there, Larissa. I'm going to call 10 triple 1. Yeah, unless if you've done it before. Unless if you've done it before. Okay. So let's wait for someone to also comment with their answer there. Let's see what you guys got. Are you sure, Larissa? Hmm? it took you 1 second, Muna. Answer equals to 1. Okay, there we are having some more comments. All right, then it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Your answer for that one, it is indeed equals to 1. So I won't do that one, but I'll give you this one. I will give you this one where I say square root of 4, let's say x to the 9 minus square root of 16x to the 9 all over a square root of x. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So let's see. Let's see how you would work out this one. Remember, guys, all that we are doing now, it's part of the examples that I had to take you through. So it seems like on our next lesson, which is going to be on Wednesday, the the YouTube lesson, there straight away, we are going to start with a solving of these problems. I won't do an introduction. So that means all that we are doing today, even though I've already given you as problems, it's an introduction to surds. But on our next lesson, we are going to finalize on this. And then from there, we move on to something else. We move on to something else. See, move on to something else. We move on to something else. Move on to something else. We move on to something else. And I am going to determine the direction. So remember, guys, when it comes to the YouTube lessons and also the tutoring platform, do not associate this with what you guys are doing in school. The main purpose is to make sure that whatever that you do in school, you understand. We are not training you for the purpose of just passing, because we know that if you study just to pass, when you get to varsity, you're going to struggle, honorable members. We are now developing your brain to make sure that it is able to learn to understand and not to learn to pass. There's a big difference there, honorable members. Don't just want people who are able to cram quickly and then they pass. We want someone who's able to understand and apply their mind to problems. In that way, do know very well that you're going to have a bright and sustainable future. Okay, it seems like two of you guys got the same answer. Yes. This is impressive, because the moment you start getting the same answers, it's more like it's a hint. I can't get that wrong. It's more like it's a hint that we are getting some. Okay, then it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's try to work it out. Remember, guys, the moment you have a sign of a minus or a plus, just know that you're going to take something out as common factor. So how about, again, we separate this comfort stoner. Okay, so comfort, let's separate that as 4 multiplying x to the exponent 9. We have a minus there. Then we can just say 16 and then multiplying square root of x to the exponent of 9. The whole of that is being divided by that. I hope you'd agree with me that this will give you 2. So it's like you have 2 square root of. Let me explain something very much important. This thing, you can still manipulate it to be, let's say, x to the exponent 8 times x, square root of that. Why would I do that, honorable member? It's because I want to have something the same as that, so that I'll take it out as common factor and then it cancels with that one. Maybe let me continue. You'll notice something. What is square root of 16? That is 4. So that means this one I can write it as that multiplying that. So maybe let me explain to you guys this part. You remember we said if you have that times that, it is therefore the same as x to the 8 multiplied by that, which is the same as what? Agree we know when multiplying the same basis we add the exponents. So it's like 8 plus 1, of which it takes us back to x to the exponent 9. So it's like I manipulated it to my advantage. You will see the reason why I manipulated that. Remember, this is to that. So that means I can take out this as common factor. So that means I've got square root of x into what remains is 2 square root x to the 8 minus 4 square root x to the 8. Whole of that. So can you guys see? I manipulated it such that this will cancel with that. And you just remain with 2 of square root of x to the 8. You minus that by 4 of that same thing. So it's like you are having negative 2 from where? From 2 minus 4, it gives you negative 2 of what? Of that. Hey, it doesn't end there, honorable members. I might have done that, but you can further work it out. How so? Remember, guys, agree we said somewhere here we have that invisible 2. So it's like you have negative 2, which is multiplying. If you guys remember, we said x to the 8 times 1 over 2. That is why what is 8 multiplied by half is 4 almost. So it's like you are having negative 2 multiplying x to the what? To the 4. That is why the honorable members are saying finally this thing is the same as that. Did you guys understand what I've done there, honorable members? I saw a comfort. We kushishije muna comfort. Daisy mkhwanazi. Load shedding and network issues begins. Leyo inkinga. But worry not, sesiqedile manje. This was our last problem. Comfort says he understands. So this is our last problem. So remember, guys, please remember to click on that like button, honorable members. Just please click on that like button, and that will serve as our attendance register. Then I'm aware that this is the number of reliable honorable members who attended today's lesson. So ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you very much for joining. It is that time where we need to sign out. On our next lesson, we are going to finalize this. So guys, I do thank you very much for joining. My name is Desmond, and guess what? I am out. Sengphumile manje la kaNkulunkulu lebandla. Masi signing out, honorable members. Masi signing out. Dintle Tshiamo azanga ka o go lebitso la ka ke nna Tshiamo ene ke tswile. I think that one who says that it's is it the lion that is giving birth ke re ha ero tau ya tswala Kuhle Cecile. Kuhle Cecile. Am I pronouncing it correctly when I say Cecile? Tokologa maroga and I'm out. Okay. Seyaphumile Tokologo. Tokologo uphumile manje. Out is born. Who else is there? Who else is there? Okay. My name is Larissa, and I guess Dadelek 8. Hey, Dadelek. What does Dadelek mean, honorable member? There on Shail. There, that's all on Shail. Enhlisiyo yami ecishe yama. Dadelek 8. I am Cecile and I am out. Cecile. Oh, yes. Dadelek meaning immediately. Dadelek. Okay, I'll remember that. Dadelek goes swiftly. Yes. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Desmond. And